Alright, so right now your KD is a 0.1. You're copper 5 and you want to get more kills and die less in order to raise that KD. Well, here are 5 things you should know if you want to absolutely destroy kids in Siege. I'm going to focus on crosshair placement, positioning, using utility, holding angles, and when to wide swing. Learning these things obviously won't automatically get you kills, but it's to get you on the right track to advancing your KD and rank. First, I'm going to start off with positioning. Positioning yourself properly allows you to gain proper control over your opponent and secure the kill. You can do this by finding a spot around the area you're holding that has lots of cover. With cover, you can create different angles around the object you're currently at, which can trick the opposing team. Even if you find a spot with cover, you must make sure that there's an exit point in case you need to retreat. Without this, attackers or defenders can easily flush you out of the corner you're in and destroy you. Now, positioning isn't always ideal, as you can be forced into certain spots where there's limited cover and limited ways out. At this point, you might need to use some of your utility to escape. Utility is one of the biggest things in the game. The rounds are based on the operators chosen and how they use their utility. If you use your gadgets properly, this will allow you to get out of bad situations or allow you to create bad situations for your enemies. Now, I'm not going to go over every single gadget you can use, but I'll explain 3 for attack and defense. For attack, grenades are amazing pieces of utility, as they allow you to flush out enemies in a corner, forcing them to take a gunfight in your favor. You can also nade from below the defensive team by cooking the nade and throwing it under them. This does take time to master, even I still miss. The second gadget for attack will be the breach charge. This explosive is useful for either soft walls or vertical play, which is blowing up the floors. By using these, you create angles for you and your team to peek through, which can easily get you a kill. The last gadget for attack is going to be flashbangs or stun grenades. These pieces of magic blind your enemies, which allows you to push your opponent with a huge advantage of being able to see. If used correctly, then you should be able to win 99% of your fights because they're blind. For defense, barbed wire is very useful as it slows attackers down and makes tons of noise while they go through it. This allows you to force a gunfight onto the attacker while they're slowed down. Although you can still lose a fight like this, it gives you a major advantage. The second gadget for defense will be deployable shield. These shields have transparent glass slits you can look out of. With these shields, it forces attackers to waste utility or forces them to push you. There are 3 ways you can peek: left, right, and up. With these 3 angles, a pushing attacker is no match for a Chad like you, as you should be able to use the angles to secure the kills. The last defensive gadget are going to be impact grenades. These gadgets allow you to create rotates for yourself or your team in order to move safer and faster around site or the map. Using them allows you to move back and forth between different angles in order to confuse the attacker on your position. Now that's it for utility, but I just wanted to quickly say that there are some ops such as Warden and OMI that can counter utility, so don't completely rely on it. The next topic is going to be holding angles. Holding angles in Siege allows you to get the upper hand in a gunfight, as the enemy will take longer to find and shoot you. If you're holding an angle, you should be able to get the first shots off unless they know where you are, they can pre-fire you. To prevent this from happening, change the current angle you're holding once spotted to prevent getting immediately shit on. Using proper positioning while holding angles increases your chance of securing a kill, as you have objects and cover to peek with. Now onto wide swinging. This concept in Siege is mostly used for attackers, as defenders should hold angles more and play more passive, unless roaming. If you don't know what wide swinging is, it's where you fully peek into a room exposing most of your body. This way of peeking can be risky, especially if you don't know where the enemies are. A good way to get kills off of swinging would be using utility to either flush the person out or drone to check if someone's even there. Again, attackers are forced to do this as they must push into sight on a time limit, so even though you sometimes will be forced to, I wouldn't recommend swinging as a defender. But while swinging, you're going to need proper crosshair placement. The last tip is crosshair placement. Now, have you ever walked into a room and scanned it with just your eyes? If so, don't. If there's somebody in there, you would most likely get absolutely clapped. You're going to want to only focus on the crosshair or sight reticle and look around the room with your sight, so if there's anyone in the room, you have more of a chance to secure the kill. Again, mainly focus on the middle of your screen and slowly scan rooms, clearing it fully. Now that you've watched this, watch your 0.1 go to a 1.5 and your copper 5 to champ. Dumb shit aside, I really hope this video helps you get the kills you've missed out on. Some of this stuff, such as proper utility usage, might take a bit to learn, but even if they aren't mastered, it can still help you in the game. Thank you for watching and good luck in all your future games.